Hello, this is Pauline Warui, and this is Pauline's Take. Today, let's talk about talent. Because talent, we know a lot of people have talent, but talent without opportunity just lies there. Talent is what we define as somebody who can be able to do something extraordinary, someone who is able to reach out beyond or perform beyond others. As we always say, opportunity is everything when it comes to talent. Today, we have seen people with talent being famous footballers, we have seen others being famous musicians, and today we want to talk to Vanessa, who has a talent in music and is seeking the stage to showcase her music so that we can all be entertained and watch her grow. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me.
Vanessa, tell me about yourself, who you are, and when you discovered that you had a talent to sing.
Okay, my name is Vanessa and I am a singer, a songwriter, and I think when you talk about my music journey, I'll have to go back to when I was very, very young, because my parents put me on stage when I was very, very little. I could sing in church, I could sing in school forums and such, and so I think that's when I knew, or I found out that, hey, I can sing, but it's not something that I didn't put it in mind that, people actually do this as careers, and how big it can actually get once it's nurtured by the right people to just help you grow. Yeah.
Very interesting. Vanessa, have you ever worked? Because today you find that most people your age, the youth, just want to work in an office, they have talent, they don't want to nurture that talent. But in most instances, they just want to go to an office, 8 to 5 job. Have you ever worked? And how did you decide, let me go into singing full time?
I have, yes. I've had an 8 to 5 job for a couple of years actually. But you see, a gift is a responsibility. So if you're gifted in whatever way you're gifted, the responsibility will always lay heavy on you. Like you will, as much as you're doing something else, as long as you know in your heart of hearts that you were born to do this thing, it will always be such a burden to you until you get out there and do what you were supposed to do, what fulfills you, maybe, what gives you purpose. And for me, that was singing, because even as I was working, that's the normal way we're supposed to go. That's the route we're supposed to take. Go get an 8 to 5 job, earn a living, retire. That's, the normal way we're supposed to do things.
Mm-hmm.
But something in you will just tell you when it's time to go, when it's just time to, and it might not even make sense at the time, because maybe you wouldn't even know how, or where to go, how to start, but it will be in you and you will just have to go, because once it's in your heart, it's in your heart. And now I'm here, and I am hopeful, and I am ready to professionally have music as my career.
So you're ready to take the plunge?
I am ready.
That's a good thing. I think one of the things that I've heard from you is that you have to believe in yourself. You have to know when you're ready and to say, this is a God-given gift, and I have to take a move. That is what you're telling your colleagues. That's what you're telling the young people, that you don't have to just always wait for employment, but you're also saying, go out there, find your purpose, do what you have to do.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because everyone has a gift in them. Every single person has a gift. Everyone has this thing that makes them extraordinary. And if you don't discover what that is, you will be, what's the word I'm looking for? You'll be denying the world to see how just how extraordinary you can be, or just how special you are, because we all have it in us, and we owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to God who gave it to us to be our best selves.
Wow. Have you produced any music? Have you done any song?
I have, yes. Actually, the very first song I ever recorded in a studio was a tribute to my late dad.
Okay.
Yes. I sang it with my brother, and after that, I think that's when I knew, hey, I think this is where I belong. Being in a studio and just expressing myself in that way. That was just it for me, I think.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Thank you.
And you're on the verge of producing a new song.
Yes.
What kind of music do you enjoy, singing out? What genre of music are you in?
So I think first of all, I'll start by saying that when I started out, I didn't start just by, sitting down to write a song. Like, I'm just now sitting down here on purpose to write this song. No, I didn't do it like that at first. I've always liked journaling. So I write my feelings, I write what I go through, and all of that. So I think the first two songs that I recorded were just, I got words from my journal. They were just a story or feelings, because the first one was the tribute to my dad, and then the second one was just feeling. Yeah. So for me, I think I will classify my music as more contemporary, just everyday life, because I will write today about how a situation is affecting me, or how it makes me feel sad, and tomorrow I will write about how I am in love, maybe, and then the day after tomorrow. So it's every day. Yes.
Moments.
Yeah.
Sorry about your late dad.
Thank you.
What would you say is the role of a parent? Because I hear you saying about your dad, you feel really he's the one who brought you out.
Yeah.
And he nurtured you. We've read about or heard about great musicians like Whitney. They all started somewhere in church.
Yes.
What would you say was the role of your father in nurturing you into being musical and actually expressing yourself?
Okay, I think my dad, actually both my parents, were very musical. Yeah. So even my mom to date, she loves music still. So growing up, we were always listening to music. So it was just in us. We also we had to just also like listening to music, because that's all we knew. So I think they just instilled in me that, if you're good at this, you need to go out and do it, no matter how uncomfortable it would be for you, or, because I was a shy child, very shy. But my dad used to put me on the stage. Sorry, excuse me.
It's okay.
He used to put me on stage in church and have me sing anyway. Yeah. So I think that showed me or taught me that I don't have to be comfortable, because being comfortable doesn't produce excellence, I may say. Because it doesn't mean that today I'm not shy. No, I still am, but I learned that I need to do it anyway,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And then when you go on stage, do you take another persona? You're a shy girl, yes, you said you're shy. I was also very shy in the beginning of my life, but as you grow and practice more, it kind of goes. Do you get a new persona when you go on stage? Do you feel the moment?
I think I'm working on that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the nerves just get to me. And then, when the nerves are too much, they do something to your voice and you don't even sound like yourself.
Okay.
So sometimes you become pitchy. So I think I'm working on that.
You're work in progress.
Persona, yes.
Yes.
I'm working on that other persona and see if that is going to work for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What do you expect from you soon? Want to see you big. I know I've heard some of your songs.
Yeah.
I know you have one coming up.
Yeah.
I've listened to it.
Yeah.
By the way, I love to dance. Anybody who knows me knows I love to dance. What do you expect from me soon?
I actually have a song I'm looking to release in a week or so. And I'm hoping that this will be my debut to the music industry. Yeah, so I have like really exciting things coming up. I think, yeah, I would just like to share all of this with all of you. So yeah, keep it Vanessa Guandaru, and so many things are coming up.
And your stage name is Vanessa Guadaru.
Yes, that's my stage name.
Why Vanessa Guadaru? Why not Vanessa G? Why not some fancy name? You're keeping your two names.
Yes.
Any reason for that?
Well, Guandaru, first of all, well, apart from it being a unique name, it's my family name. And I've always had this thing in my heart, in my mind, where I've wanted to how do I put it, to give it some sort of a legacy. Because to me, the name Guandaru is not just, it's not just a name, it's everyone who's associated with that name.
Okay.
Yeah, from my grandfather, whose name it is in the first place, may God rest his soul, and to everyone else, because my entire family has been so supportive. Not just my nuclear family, my mom and my siblings, no. My uncles, my aunties, my grandma, everyone has been so supportive. And so for me, I'm not just doing it for myself now. I'm doing it for all of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's very clear that you're authentic, you're keeping your brand the way you love it, you believe in it.
Yeah.
And I wish you well.
Thank you.
Well, I think today we have talked to Vanessa, and really the thing that we have learned is that talent has to be nurtured, talent has to grow, talent is not something you just sit with. You also have to come out like Vanessa has come out and said, let's do this. You have to believe in yourself. Your talent is your future. You don't have to bury your other good talents just because maybe you have to do an 8-to-5 job because you believe, or as parents are telling you, you must go to work, you must become the engineer, you must become the architect. Really find that thing that is your talent and go for it. Thank you for listening today.
Thank you.
And for today, that was Pauline's take. Subscribe and hit that bell so that we can spread the word and share.